This is Daniel Contreras, and welcome to An Introduction to Logic Pro X.
Tracks group.
So we have the mixer,
group, tracks, inspector group,
and inspector. So those are three main elements that we'd like to talk about and what their function is. We'll start with the
tracks group.
We'll call it the tracks area. So this is the tracks area, and this is where your arranging is going to happen. And your arranging is when you decide how your project is going to be laid out. However, the tracks area does have functions that are similar to that of the mixer and even the inspector. So some of the functionality can be found in each of these elements, but also there are some features that are found in all of these elements. By that I mean the inspector, the tracks area, and the mixer. And I would like to continue by discussing key commands. The enter key is going to get you to the beginning of your project, no matter where you are. If you hit enter,
1 bar, 1 beat, 1 division, 1 tick.
VoiceOver will let you know that you are at the very beginning of your project. Now, to navigate your project by measure or by bar, as some people say, use period and comma.
2 bars, 1 beat, 1, 3 bars, 1 beat, 1 division, 4 bars, 1 beat, 1 division, 5 bars, 1 beat, 1 division,
etc. If you want to move by greater increments, you would implement the shift key along with period and comma.
13 bars, 1 beat, 1 division, 21 bars, 1 beat, 1 division, 1, 13, 5 bars, 1 beat, 1 division, 1 tick.
And I'll hit enter.
1 bar, 1 beat, 1 division, 1 tick.
Okay, welcome to section 2 of An Introduction to Logic Pro X. In Logic, it's very simple to start recording once you have your instrument loaded. Okay, all you have to do is find where you want to start recording using comma and period, and find where in the timeline you would like to start. And simply hit R, and you can start recording. And like I said, all you have to do is find your place in the timeline and start recording.
2 bars, 1
So I'm going to start at
3 bars, 1.
bar 3 and record. So let's go. Okay, so quantizing allows your MIDI notes to fall into a certain grid of beats and divisions. Okay, so what this does is allow your performance to be in time. Okay, so the shortcut to quantize is Q. So we're going to hit Q. So we're still on take 2. So what I'm going to do is hit shift space to hear what this part sounds like on this take.
5 bars, 2.
Said, hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right.
9 bars.
Okay, let's see what take 1 sounded like. So I'm going to hit Command Shift Up arrow.
Audio 1, take 1, region.
And hit shift space one more time. Okay, welcome to section 3 of An Introduction to Logic Pro X. So here are our additional parameters.
Delay, level 2.
Delay.
Fade in, pop-up button.
Fade in, that's what we're looking for. Okay.
Slider, fade in.
Now, the way this works is that the fade next to the fade in,
Slider.
we have a slider. And so that sets the amount of time to fade in.
Fade out, pop-up
And
button.
next we have our fade out. Okay, and again, that has the slow down, I believe. Let's see.
Menu 2, slow down.
Yes, so you can slow down instead
Closing
of fade
menu.
out. Okay, so here's the gain reduction meter, and it says off. Okay, the reason it says off is because if you VO space on it, it's gonna insert a compressor plugin into this channel strip. Okay, and once the Logic compressor plugin is inserted, this will be reading out how much gain reduction is occurring. Now, let's say you want to bypass or remove the channel EQ. You can interact with this group.
Channel EQ group.
Okay.
In channel bypass.
You have a
checkbox.
bypass. Here's the bypass that I was referring to earlier. This is the one that's presented correctly
Open, bypass,
or accurately.
checkbox.
Okay.
Bypass.
Right now it's
checkbox.
not bypass, which is correct.
Open button.
Open will open the plugin window, and
List button.
list will let you change out the plugin. This will be a good time to talk about how to load an instrument plugin without going to the library. Let's say you want to start from scratch from a software instrument and add your own effects. Okay, so we're going to go back to the mixer.
Tracks group. Mixer group. Mixer group.
Interact with the mixer.
Mixer layout area. In mixer layout area. 11 items. Inst 4 channel strip group.
Okay, interact with inst 4 channel strip.
In inst 4 channel strip group. 22 items. Inst 4 name text.
Okay, so it works much in the same way as an audio channel strip, but we're going to go to the
Setting
top.
button off. Gain reduction meter off. EQ
You
button.
have your gain reduction and EQ.
MIDI plugin button.
Here's where you can load a MIDI plugin. Okay, that has to do with the specifically with the MIDI messages. Okay,
Inst button.
an inst button. Okay, since this is a blank channel strip, it just has inst and it's a button. So once we press VO space,
Menu 33 items checkmark. No plugin.
here is a list of Logic's instrument plugins, software instrument plugins. Okay.
Recent.
Welcome to section 4 of an introduction to Logic Pro X. In this section, we'll be talking about using the drummer and using the step sequencer. So let's hear what the drummer has so far.
Out.
I'm going to start right here at the beginning of the regions.
2 bars. 1.
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing alright. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing alright.
9.
Okay, so you can see that the drummer is a very lively drummer, very well played. So this is again a very powerful tool for production and songwriting. So let's get into the drummer editor now and see what parameters we can adjust within this drummer. So I'm going to stop interacting with everything.
Autoplay drummer group. Tracks group.
And go into the
Autoplay drummer group.
autoplay drummer group.
In autoplay drummer group. Drummer editor. Scroll area.
And inside the drummer editor,
In drummer editor. Scroll area. Simple complex 70 soft loud 197.
maybe back
Right.
at 90. And
20
then
points right.
definitely turn this guy down. So I'm going to put
Down.
down a few
Down.
times.
Down. 80 points down. Position at simple complex 90 soft loud 117.
That'll work. Okay, so now he should be playing at a lower volume. So I'm going to hit shift space. Well, first off, I'm going to hit escape to stop interacting with the XY pad.
Stop moving the layout item.
Okay, and let's hit shift space.
Hey,
how you doing? I'm doing alright.
4 bars.
Okay, actually want him to be softer. So
X/Y pad layout item. Start moving layout items.
start moving with command, VO command accent and VO down arrow to make him
Down.
softer.
Down. 40 points down. Position at simple complex. Stop
Okay, let's
moving.
hear that.
Hey,
how you do?
3.
Okay,
X/Y
a
pad
little
layout
more.
item.
Excuse me.
Start moving layout item. Simple down. Down. 40 points down. Position at simple complex 90 soft loud 37. Stop moving the layout item.
Hey, how you doing?
4 bars.
That is what I was looking for. I wanted him to use the rim knock there. Welcome to section 5 of an introduction to Logic Pro X. But I really wanted to focus on how to program automation using automation points. So let's look in the mix menu where these are located.
Menu bar. App. Lot. File. Edit. Track. Navigate. Record. Mix.
I'm in the menu bar, excuse me, with VOM, and now I'm in the mix menu.
Mix. Menu 16 items.
And let's look for create track automation.
Show automation cap A. Create track automation. Submenu.
There it is, VO right.
Create track automation. Submenu 7 items. Create one automation point at region borders. Command Control Shift 1.
Okay, we have create one automation point at region borders, but I wanted to show you these set of commands.
Create one automation point each for volume, pan, sends Shift 1.
It says create one automation point each for volume, pan, sends. Okay, so it's going to record the position of the volume, the pan, and the sends at that point in the timeline once you place the point. E piano is by itself in the first time around
15 bars, 3 bars, 1.
at bar 3. I would like it to be in the center. So here's how we would go about this. We're going to navigate to the tracks header of the E piano.
Tracks group, in tracks group, in tracks time, tracks header group, in tracks header group. 7 items, track 8, E piano group.
Already in focus, I'll interact with it.
In track 8, E piano group. 7 items, horizontal split.
So the first thing we need to do is reveal the automation options. And we do that by hitting the letter A.
OK, default.
And once you hit OK, it's going to ask you to name your file. It's a typical save dialog. Name your file and you choose your location. Okay.
OK, cancel
So I'm
button.
going to hit cancel for now.
Now in my new.
Another way to share your project or to export your project out of Logic is to export each track as an audio file. Now that's useful, of course, to perhaps start a new project to work on the mix or to send to someone so that they can also collaborate in your project. Okay. And what this will do is create an uncompressed file for each track. So the shortcut to get there is Command-Shift-E. So that is the end of section 5 and is also the end of an introduction to Logic Pro X. Again, my name is Daniel, and I sincerely hope that this tutorial was helpful to get you started and well acquainted with Logic Pro. Thank you. Commtech USA, proudly serving the visually impaired community since 2005. Follow us on social media at Contech USA and visit our website at commtechusa.net.